Hi, this is Cathy for TransByDef, and this week our topic is your feelings about Trans Day of Remembrance and violence against us. To me, this is a very sad topic. When I went to the internet to look up which day of November was Trans Remembrance Day and found that it was November 20th. I also looked at the website for the people in Houston who I usually go and visit at the Transgender Center, and down there the Day of Remembrance will be November 23rd, and I look forward to going down and participating in the activities that are associated with that day there. Every time I think of the violence committed against many of the trans people and the fact that they have been killed for simply being trans leads me to be glad that I have not suffered that intensity of violence against me as a trans person. I feel that it is very unfortunate that people cannot accept us as trans. The other day as I was getting ready for this talk, I had kind of an interesting experience. I was out riding on the trail with my horse, and we were riding along, and I chanced to come up on a man who had known me before I transitioned, and he made the comment that the only thing transgender women were good for is to kill. And I thought, here I am out in the middle of the woods with no one around me, no one to really witness the act. I have lost all my muscle mass, so I'm not able to really ward him off. I am at his mercy. And that made me even realize more what these people went through, because I went through a certain degree of fear as I went down the trail. I kept asking, I wonder if my horse, if I kick him, can outrun his horse down this trail. And I came on a very fast canter back toward the stables, and I was very glad to see the stables in front of me. I hate to think of people around me suffering and being killed because they are trans. That just is not right, and it makes me sad, and that's why I always try and go to one of the Trans Day of Remembrance ceremonies someplace. I usually go to Houston, but sometimes I've gone to Dallas. Both of them have very nice remembrance ceremonies, and I would encourage you, if you haven't had the opportunity to go to a Transgender Day of Remembrance, that you take that opportunity. It is very sad, but it reminds us of the violence that can occur against us and has occurred against our fellow trans people. Well, those are my thoughts on Trans Remembrance Day, and I'm grateful that we have a day to remember those who have been killed in the past year and have been killed over the years. Well, thank you for joining me. If you have any comments, I would ask that you put them down in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. I also want to apologize to the other people who are on TransByDef. This past week I had shoulder surgery on my right shoulder, and I have not been moving quite as fast as I normally do. Again, thanks for joining me, and we will see you again next week.